The system in America was never built for black people. And it's never, this is my personal opinion, I'm speaking for myself. I don't believe it was never built for black people because that system has never been changed. Those documents has never been altered. These things were made back in the umpteen hundreds. And these are the same exact literature that's down today.
And that was not on purpose, was order and truth. Okay, they mad, they high.
So mind you, at the time it was made, black people was never in the position where they were, looked at as equal. So if it's the same documents that they're applying today in 2014, it wasn't meant for them.
Singing or balling, niggas shut up and dribble.
They know what they've done to us. All across this country, they know what they've done to us. This country is desperately sick, and man is on the critical list. I really don't know where we go from here.
Welcome to Revolt Black News. I'm your host, Eboni K. Williams. Today's episode is all about the pandemics, plural. Racism is one pandemic facing our nation, from the housing crisis to the oppressive way in which capitalism can work against our people, to the bigoted shadow cast over professional sports. But first, the top headline, the obvious pandemic, COVID-19. The U.S. set another daily record of new positive cases of COVID-19, just shy of 60,000. Dr. Bruce Dart, the executive director of the Tulsa Health Department, attributes the spike in Oklahoma specifically to the indoor Trump rally last month. Let's take a look.
I'm asking everyone today to wear a face covering, come together as a community as we have done in the past to protect each other and slowing the spread. As we said last week, we started to see a slight decline in trends, but this week that's changed. So we are closely monitoring the data and following those trends. If we continue to see an exponential rise in cases, which frankly we expect over the next few days, I will be asking our local mayors and city councils to make face coverings mandatory.
Now it spikes across lots of states in our country. The total of U.S. COVID cases is now well above 3 million, and that's 130,000 deaths. And it's hitting the black community especially hard. Y'all, we only make up 13% of this nation's population, but we make up 26% of this nation's COVID cases. And that's an alarming cause of concern for all of our people. And just earlier this week, Dr. Anthony Fauci urged that we're actually just knee-deep in the first wave of this pandemic. And today, he said that states with alarmingly high rates of COVID should actually consider shutting down again. With the spikes in COVID cases all across the country, one state's top of mind, Florida. Now we're going to take a look inside with one of Florida's own who's doing the work in this time of need. Rapper Flo Rida, along with Dr. George Tabi, partnered up for the Ask Tabs Mobile Wellness Center. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Ebony. It's Flo Rida here with Dr. Tabi, here to tell you guys all about our Ask Tab Wellness. Ask Tabs is a mobile wellness service that allows Dr. T to be able to provide more personal, convenient services for patients in the community.
So Ask Tabs Mobile Wellness is an initiative that I brought the flow. We've already been on the path of helping people. So how it works is that Ask Tabs Mobile Wellness Initiative was to be able to provide convenient care to the people of the community that are not able to get to their doctors due to the conditions of COVID-19. I was working in emergency room and urgent care, and I was recognizing that we're quarantining people, but who's still giving them their attention? Who's helping them refill their medications? Who's helping come screen the ones that have been at home quarantined that still want to be able to know their status, if they have antibodies, to be able to possibly go back to work? This is very important information, particularly in the Black and Latino communities, which are having the highest infectivity rate. These are people that consequently will end up having the most amount of immunity and should have the higher amount of antibody production. So that's why I thought that the antibody test was a good option for people that are not showing symptoms, that are at home, that are quarantined, that are possibly exposed, as well as other services that could help them. While they're at home in that convenience, we can be able to provide those services due to the inability to really get a doctor's appointment right now. It's very difficult. I just thought it would be a great initiative to help get into the community, establish this, and hopefully other cities could take heed and join us in this fight to help people at their convenience. I think that right now more than ever, people of influence, celebrities, people in whatever realm you fit, if you have a community which needs similar help and similar medical attention, I think it's important for us to come together more than ever before to create this opportunity in those places as well. I think that all of us together can do much more than a few of us. So that's been the goal.
And we want to thank everyone from Revolt for helping us, get this out there, get the message out there. And, Revolt has always been very supportive of myself. So, much love. For those who are trying to reach us, can go to AskTabWellness.com. And, our goal is to continue to be a convenience to everyone. We want to thank everyone for all the love and support. And, God bless.
This was a big week in Black news. Because, see, despite the pandemics trying to keep our people down, we're too strong and too resilient, and we have been for far too long for anything or anyone to take what we're building. As Frederick Douglass famously said, what to the slave is the 4th of July? So I'll ask this question. What to Black Americans in this moment is true freedom? So we talked about Black capitalism for good reason. And we talked about Black athletes being recruited to HBCUs for good reason. We are making this very news program for good reason. Ida B. Wells said, the way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. So with that, I'll ask you, what will you do to ensure your true freedom in this moment? And be sure to ask, is it for a good reason? This is Revolt Black News. I'm Eboni K. Williams.